Alright guys, we are in Walmart and I figured I'd take you guys along with me while I did my grocery shopping as a little haul to show you guys what I get, what I purchased, what I stocked up on in the cabinets, refrigerator, and the freezer. Remember, what is not in your cart cannot go in your stomach, so fill it with the right things and you will only have the right options to eat, okay? We are standing in this section, as you can see, and we start here for a reason, and that reason is because this is the thing, the exact section you want to avoid. And the crazy part about it is, it's one of the biggest sections right near the entrance to the door when you walk in, so fucking stay away from this area and you should be mostly okay. But yeah, we're gonna show you guys my personalized cart, me and my girlfriend's personalized cart, what we bring home, what we stock up on, and what we whip up together in the kitchen to look and feel our best and to stay relatively lean and shredded year-round and perform at a high level. So let's get after it. Our first thing on the list, good premium, as you can see, carb source, one of our favorites, sweet potatoes. I like the smaller, thinner ones because they cook more thoroughly and evenly. But that's the first thing on the list. We just ran out of these. So sweet potatoes, number one. And then secondly, right across from the sweet potatoes, we got shredded lettuce. Now this is for volume and for little to no calories. I mean, you can have a bunch of full heaping bowls of this and not really have any calories or macros in it. It's more just like for volume and for filling, and for a little extra ingredient, a little extra texture, if you will. So we normally go with the shredded iceberg, but you grab a few bags of those. We like to make homemade like Chipotle bowls, so we use this with beef, chicken, beans, corn, salsa, things like that. And like I said, it's more for just volume and filler, especially if you're in a cut, this is magic. No, too tight, Captain. So we're actually gonna wear the avocados, man. One of the healthy spots. Now these, you gotta be careful which ones you pick, because if they're too hard, it's gonna take a long time for them to ripen. If they're too soft, they're gonna go bad too quick. So you want somewhere right in between, unless you're planning on eating some right when you get home, then you want them a little more soft. If you want to store them for a while and not let them get bad as quickly, then go for a little harder. I'm sure you guys know that. I'm talking too much. See, squish them. You can feel it. If it's hard, it's gonna last a while. If it's squishy, depending on how squishy, it's ready or going to be ready. Most of these are pretty hard, unfortunately, so actually not even unfortunately, because we're not planning on eating them right away anyways. You're actually not supposed to do this, but normally, I'm not gonna lie, I'll be honest with you guys. Find a bank that's open because they're always open, and then I hand them to my girl. We do a little cheers, and we celebrate great. Fire. Alright, here we got these organic ones. For some reason they're kind of hot. Same thing with these, green, not ready, yellow, ready. But we go with some organic bananas, good carb source, rather quick digesting carb, good for pre and post workout. And I forgot to mention, obviously these are going to be your healthy fats, but we are going to grab a bundle of these. My favorite, well, not beef in general, but moving on to the meat and protein, the protein sources, at least for now, this one is the protein source, our first and foremost. We go with 93.7 ground beef, much less fat, much more protein, much leaner option than like the 85-15 or the 90-10, for example. So when I'm in a cut or a deficit, I'm trying to lose fat, get in shape, retain my muscle, I'm going with the 93.7 option, leaner. We're gonna move on to a little more protein since we're right by all the stuff we typically stock up on. Over this way, we're going to do the same thing except with ground turkey. We really like our lean protein options, but we also really like to switch it up so we're not constantly eating just chicken, we're constantly eating just beef, we're constantly just turkey. So when we stock up, we get one or a couple of each so that we can rotate our protein sources. And we usually cook them and prep them all at the same time. So one day we can have a bunch of chicken and rice, next day we can have turkey and rice, next day we can have beef and rice, for example, hypothetically. So we're not just fucking using the same shit every single day. But 93.7 lean ground beef, again, the lean option is going to be best while you're in a deficit, while you're cutting fat, because it's just a leaner option. You have less calories and still high protein. When normally this isn't in our meal plan, we just get it to satisfy our cravings, and because it's relatively low in calories and it's a good little source of protein, seafood, you can never miss with. These are little bags of hitters, I call them, and they are just crab delights. Louis Kent. So easy, so tasty, quick, digestible. Rip them apart, eat them fresh out the bag, throw them in a salad. If you like seafood, these are the guys. It's only 80 calories for a half cup, and you get 6 grams of protein, 14 grams of carbs, but little hitter bags. My next up, we're getting black beans because they are very easy to make, very quick and convenient. Really just gotta heat these things up. It's a good carb source, has lots of fiber. We usually like to stock up on, I think we got a couple of these at home, so we're only gonna grab 4, but these are really easy to run through, so normally we grab kind of like a handful and we grab them. All right, we also grab always a 6-pack Starkist chunk light tuna. Very rich in protein, very quick and easy. You just crack the can open, drain the juice, throw in a little salad, throw in a little bowl with some other condiments. Can make for some quick, great, tasty meals. It just smells like cat food, but the smell is not exactly how it tastes. Or it kind of is, I think. It kind of is. But guys, 1 can is 90 calories, 20 grams of protein, 0 carbs, basically 0 fat. Like, you cannot go wrong with this. And we're also going to add on some canned chicken as well. Protein, no carbs, no fat, quick convenience when we don't want to cook chicken or we run out of the stuff we cooked or grilled. We can just pop a can open. One of these cans is 110 calories, 23 grams of protein, okay? One thing to note with the canned stuff, it's going to be higher in sodium, which can lead to water retention and storing more water. So it's something to be mindful of. You don't want too much sodium in your diet, but it's good to have enough. So we're going to stack like 6 of these, and again, that's just in case we run out of grilled chicken or our actual tasty cooked chicken. Again, it's just quick, convenient protein if needed. All right, somehow we forgot our favorite source of protein, which is actual chicken. We go with the tenderloins. Breast takes long to cook. In my opinion, they're too thick. It's harder to cook thoroughly, fully through, and it just, I think it's a bitch when it's more thick. I like them nice and small and thin, pause, just a better cook all around. So yeah, we got some chicken. Obviously, we got protein source there. And of course, we are going to go with some raw honey. This is good for pre-workout meals and post-workout meals. Quick digesting carbs. Pre-workout, it's going to help with quick energy. Like I said, good with carbs, and post-workout meals, quick carbs and a post-insulin spike, which is going to help shuttle nutrients into your muscles after training. So this is always good. We pair this with cream of rice with some Greek yogurt, and it's a good metabolism booster. And it just tastes like fucking bee's piss, which is delicious. Go with some Marinatha natural almond butter. This is for, again, healthy fats. It's good with the cream of rice. It's good with the yogurt bowls, but avoid consuming fats pre and post training because it's going to delay how quick your nutrients actually digest. So keep this for like morning and bedtime. Avoid this around training. That goes with olive oil, with avocados, with any other fats really, like almonds and nuts and stuff like that too. Getting off topic, this is just supposed to be our grocery list. If you guys want to let me know, I can make another video on what these exact ingredients do for you and when to use them, whatnot. Alright, then we got 2 boxes of cream and rice. This actually lasts a while, but these are our staples for pre and post training. Quick digesting carbs, give you good fuel to go work out, and good glycogen replenishment post training to refuel up. So, like I said, I don't want to explain everything in this video, make it too long. I can make a separate video on this if you guys want, but from now on, I'm just going to show you guys the ingredients, what we're getting, instead of explaining why we're getting it. But like I said, I can make a separate video on that. Guys, so we're going to get some rice cakes, another staple for pre and post training, but check out the eyelids down, and then check out the one it should be down. Then we put snack cakes and snacks. I don't know if that's just me, but I feel like it should be one aisle over, but we're getting in the fucking chip section today. Normally, we like to get a big variety. There's not a whole lot here, but there's enough for us to have some fun with. We mix it all up. We're talking caramel, chocolate, lightly salted, cheddar, and apple cinnamon, because you can never go wrong with too many rice cakes. Matter of fact, there's no such thing as too many. Now we are gonna get some diet soda. Whoever says diet soda is bad for you is not healthy. Don't listen to him. Dude, I won Men's Physique Natural, Mr. Minnesota. I got my pro card, my first show attempt ever in all 4 classes, drinking diet soda. So fuck what they say, right? You can get shredded, you can get in shape, you can get lean year round drinking diet soda. Just don't overdo it, I guess. Which one do you want? You can keep it going too.
Should you do the Fanta and dark?
Fanta?
Fanta.
Normally we switch it up, we rotate it every time, kind of like protein sources. Keep it new, keep it tasty. But you can never go wrong with Diet Coke and Dr. Pepper and root beer or Fanta or Sprite. You know, they're all pretty good.
Or Fresca.
Fresca too, yeah.
Or Diet Coke.
Like a Sunkiss, a Diet Sunkiss.
Yeah, either one.
And you want to do a Sprite?
Sure.
Oh my god. Make my Sprite dirty. It's Royal Soldier. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. All these right here are our weakness. So sometimes we get them. We're gonna stay away from these.
Sometimes.
Those are too far.
Grab it now.
Those are my favorite cheat meal, if you will, or snack for sure.
Fruits over there.
Fucking down there, so I gotta turn around. Alright, so we are going to get a bag of frozen fruit that's called Triple Berry Blend. It is good for antioxidants and everything we put in our yogurt bowls. But again, I guess I have trouble not explaining too much, keeping it short. So let me just shut up and grab the food we're gonna get. Alright, that's that shit. And then we're gonna do a bunch of eggs. We have combined 5 eggs together every morning, so we go through them quick. So we grabbed the 60 count big box. And it was crazy because I remember these prices used to be $5 for 60 of them, then it went to like 40 bucks. And now it's down to like 14, so it's not bad, but we're gonna have a 60 count. And these are just grade A, large, white. I don't care about cage-free or pasture-raised. I just do the simple, easy stuff because it gets the job done. Protein and fats right here. All right, and then we also do a few of these 100% liquid egg whites. Basically the same thing as the eggs, except without fat. So this is just a quick, good source of protein with no carbs and no fats. We add this to our eggs to get a higher protein intake early in the morning. And it's low in calories. It's 25 calories for 3 tablespoons, and it's 5 grams of protein per 3 tablespoons. So this is a cheat code to add to your breakfast for more protein. No extra fat, no extra carbs. And then we're also grabbing some egg white. These are egg white wraps. 2 of these are only 50 calories. 11 grams of protein with literally like no fats and 1 gram of carbs. So these are a cheat code. You can make burritos or tacos with these like we do, and sometimes we really just pick them apart and eat them to fill ourselves up and get that extra protein intake. And then we got some almond milk plant-based vanilla for our smoothies, protein shakes, and then some zero sugar vanilla cinnamon oat creamer. Much healthier than the actual shit you see all over here. All those flavors, full of sugar, full of shit that you don't need. So go with the healthy, leaner option. This is all day. Nut pods too, I'd recommend. And these are exactly what we make our yogurt bowls with. Chobani zero sugar Greek yogurt. 70 calories for 3/4 of a cup, 6 carbs, 13 grams of protein, 0 fat. You can't go wrong with this. We like the strawberry vanilla. Just get another vanilla, get 3 of those, and 0% Greek yogurt. Another high protein option, 18 grams for 3/4 of a cup, 5 carbs, 90 calories. So this, another hack for this, use this like sour cream. It tastes the exact same like in your bowls, tacos, burritos, whatever, but way, way healthier, way leaner. So that's a steal. And then last thing we get is fat-free cottage cheese. Again, low calorie, high protein option. Very low in carbs. The only things that are not on the shopping list that we already have that normally we would get is olive oil for fats, jasmine rice for more carbs, almonds for healthy fats, some nuts, but we already have those things. That's mainly it. You can think of anything else we normally get that we already have.
Peppers.
And bell peppers,
Hot sauce, but we already got
hot
that.
sauce, yeah. I think it's normally what we stocked up on. I think that is listed we didn't grab because we already have, but if we didn't have those, we'd stocked up on those too. And so if you can get a look at this cart, if you can manage to fill it with shit like this instead of shit like this, and the donuts up there and all that sweet shit you see, you can dramatically change the way you look, the way you feel, and the way you perform. The willpower starts in your grocery cart, and it comes down to your look, your feel, and your performance is 80% of what you eat in your diet and 20% of actually training in the gym. So eat the right shit, fuel yourself the right way, and you will look, feel, and perform at another level, man, I promise you. I forgot to include these, so we're out today. This is the day after I just filmed that video. We got some apples, some broccoli, some asparagus, some pineapple, and some kiwis. I don't know how we managed to skip over these yesterday, but and we got some baby spinach here on the bottom. But yeah, we're adding that to the list, so just wanted to include that in there, make sure we didn't miss out on it. We made it back to the pad. We got all the food. This is gonna fuel us for at least a couple weeks until we gotta go shopping again. We haven't been out in a while, so we stocked up on quite a bit. But like I said, there were some things we didn't necessarily include. Other than that, I just want to say I used to be the person who would go there and get whatever was convenient, quick, highly processed bullshit. I'm talking like pizzas, Popeyes, chicken tenders, fries, pizza rolls, anything you just throw in the oven real quick. Chips, Takis, I still fucking love those, don't get me wrong. But I'd get all those things and be like, you know, I'll eat clean later this week, and it never happened because my cart had already decided what I was eating, right? I gave into filling my cart with the shit I shouldn't be eating in the first place, which led to me eating it, although I knew I shouldn't. Does that make sense? So discipline doesn't start with your meal plan. It doesn't start with getting in the gym. It starts way before that. It starts at the grocery store with what you decide ultimately to put in your cart, because at the end of the day, what you decide to put in your cart is what you're gonna decide to put in your mouth, even when you're stressed, when you're anxious, when you're hungry. When those are within your arm's reach, you will reach for it if it's in your pantry, if it's in your refrigerator, if it's in your freezer. So do yourself a favor and don't buy the bullshit stuff. Just pick the whole, nutrient-dense, high-quality options, and that's all you'll have to choose from. And if you eat like this and you choose stuff like this and not like other bullshit, you are well on your way to making a good change for not only the way you feel and the way you perform, but also for the way you look. And I'll tell you what, building confidence, you will get another level of confidence when you feel, perform, and look good. That is a guarantee. So hope you guys enjoyed that. This is my haul. If you guys want to go out there, go shopping, get the same exact shit, man, and start leveling up today. Other than that, I am actually going to go enjoy a fucking Mexican dinner right now because I haven't ate a lot of calories today, and I planned for this. And when you do that, when you plan things ahead, you can have some freedom in your diet and enjoy the things you love while still making progress. So other than that, have a great week. We'll see you guys for the next video. Peace!